Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Isle of Cars Duel. This is designed by Frank West and it is published by City of Games. But before we talk about that, we just want to remind you to subscribe so you can see all of our stuff. We do top 10s. We're doing our top 100 games of all time. We do reviews. We do skits. We do vlogs. We do all of it. So you just want to make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of it.
All right, so the Isle of Cars, if you have been under a rock for the past few years, you've never heard of Isle of Cars. But if you are...
That one guy out there is like, why do you gotta call me out, man?
But Isle of Cars is a fantastic board game, very popular, lots and lots of expansions to it. Basically, you have all these cats that you are trying to rescue, put them on your boats. They are these polyomino-style tiles that you're putting on your boats. You're trying to escape with as many these cats and treasures as possible, trying to group them together on your boats. And it's very big. It's not. I wouldn't say it's involved, but once you add the expansions, it can get very involved.
And there's no reason to play without the expansions.
Right, the more expansions, the merrier, right? So, Isle of Cars Duel. This is a similar game in a similar line, specifically for 2 players. So same thing is happening. You are drafting these cats, and you are putting them onto your little ship and trying to make them all fit in there as best as you can, trying to group the same colors together, getting some treasures along the way as well, kind of filling in the gaps on the boat. You're also going to be drafting these different scorecards and things like that. So the way you draft them is you have this board laid out. This board, you have this Oshex cat, which is a callback to the original Oshex cats in the original Isle of Cars, and you're moving that around 2 spots. And then you get to draft one of the items that you touched, either where you started, where you finished, or anything along the middle. You're taking one of those items and putting it into your possession. If it's a tile, you put it on the board. If it's a card, you set it off to the side. Some of those cards might be special actions that you use immediately, or tiles that give you treasures, things like that. Otherwise, if they're lessons that give you scoring abilities at the end of the game, you just kind of set them aside. All right, also in the original Isle of Cars, there was these fish that you would use, and you would kind of do all your purchasing through that. This does not have that. This has, when you play certain cats, you get a fish, and then you use those fish for special abilities. I'll get to that a little bit later on, but that's just a little bit of a departure from the original Isle of Cars. So it's this very fast 2-player version of Isle of Cars. It works very similarly if you're familiar with that, but at the same time, it has big differences as well.
I really liked the drafting in this game. Like Ryan said, you're just moving that cat across this board and you're taking one of those things that you land on, whether it's a card or a cat. But the thing that's really smooth about this is if there's a tile you want, you can kind of move the opposite direction so your opponent can't even reach it, so that like you can secure that. But not just that, but after the round is over, that cat stays wherever the last person played, and the round's over if somebody moves, they can't access something. So that's when the round is over. And the cat stays where it is. Everything gets refilled and you start from there. You don't have to reset anything. You just fill it up again. You don't move the cat back to starting run. Starts exactly there and the gameplay just happens. It's very continuous. Gosh, maybe just filling up the board takes 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Like it just goes so smoothly with how they set up that drafting.
One of us do the cards, one of us do the cats, and we're right back in there.
Yeah.
The way the fish work is really fun. Some cards might give you fish based off certain parameters, but also then you have cats. Cats that have certain fish little logos on them. When you place those, you get to take a fish token. All right, so during your turn, in addition to doing the normal moving of the cat and taking an item off of the drafting board, you then can use fish. Some fish allow you to move more, so therefore you have more increased options on your turn. You can move 3 spaces instead of just 2, and then you have basically 4 items to choose from instead of just 3. Or you can do a thing where you can just hop anywhere on the board by spending 2 fish. So if there's something you really, really need, but it's all the way across the board, 2 fish, boom, you hop there. You can also do a thing where you can take multiple items. If you spend 3 fish, you can take 2 items along your path out of the 3 things that you touch. So you can also use fish to get treasures. So lots and lots of ways to use this fish to maximize your turns.
There are lots of opportunities for lessons. These are some of the ways that you score. You score on your board at the end of the round, what you covered up, rats, all of that, the typical Isle of Cars way, and then also these lessons based on the parameters of what you have on the board. And there's just a lot of opportunities to score a lot of them. I don't feel like you're going to be shut out at all. And kind of the cards that are out there to begin with, you can kind of read and have a direction to go in at the beginning of the game. And then there's going to be other cards that just naturally go with that. So there's just a lot of opportunities to score. You're probably not going to score all of the cards. Some of them might even contradict each other of scoring parameters, but there's just a lot of chances out there. I never felt like I didn't have an opportunity to score. Even if I wasn't able to make it happen, I still had these opportunities and lots of them.
The ships that you have are double-sided. So beginning of the game, you're actually going to choose which side you want to use, and they're more or less balanced between themselves too. So they're just different shapes, different configurations, and you can kind of choose which one you want to do for. Gives you a little bit more variety, and who knows? I mean, they might even make more boats in the future, just like they did for regular Isle of Cats, which I would very much welcome. I love more variety while keeping the bloat down.
Yeah, I really liked this game. I remember playing Isle of Cats years ago, and I remember enjoying it. But I also remember feeling like that I would try to do something and maybe not be able to accomplish it, and so I didn't get that in this game. I was able to do what I wanted to do, and this is a game that I'll definitely be playing when I have the two in my mind. Like Isle of Cats Duel, my mind's like, you want to play Duel? And I'm like, you're right, mine. That's the one I want to play. I really enjoyed this one, and it's definitely the one that I'm going to choose.
I play a ton of Isle of Cats. I'm talking like a stupid amount of Isle of Cats. I almost continually have a game of going on Board Game Arena, so I'm constantly playing online, and it's one of my best friends' very favorite games. So he's got the all-in, every expansion you could possibly dream of, and every time we're at his house, this is the one he's playing. This is the one he's setting out before we get there, so that way that's the first one we're playing, which is, by the way, a really smart way to make sure you get to play what you want to play. Set it up before they get there, and then oh, I guess what should we play first, you guys?
Yeah.
This is the one. So I play this game a lot, or Isle of Cats. Here's the thing. It's starting to get old for me a little bit. I feel like I've just seen a lot, I've done a lot, and I'm kind of just over it a little bit. And on top of that, it's just, we always use every expansion, and I think that game is best when using all expansions. But, of course, when you use all expansions, it's very, very fiddly. It's very, very bloated. It's this kind of this cool tile drafting, tile laying game becomes this big, grandiose thing that just fills up the entire table. We're pulling out bags out from various places because we have to, use all these little bits and things for the game. So, I was like, oh man, Isle of Cars Duel in a small box. I think I can get behind that. And sure enough, I was right. This is quick. It is so quick because you're not worried about baskets trying to read that stuff. You're right into the action, and every round you just keep on staying in the action. You never just leave the action. It's refreshing, and it's still satisfying. You still get to feel like you're kind of arranging things in the way that you want to arrange them. You get to do all that, but in a quicker, fresher way. And I still think it itself could be expandable, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. As long as they retained that quickness and that snappiness and that refreshing part of it, as long as they keep that, I want to see more stuff. I want to see more cool little versions of the cats, maybe the kittens, maybe new boards, maybe whatever. I think that would be really cool. I think when, we loved Seven Wonders, and Seven Wonders Duel came out, we still love both, but Seven Wonders Duel is just so much easier to get to the table, and so much... Well, it's snappier, easier to set up. This is the same thing. I have the thing that has the same potential to do what Seven Wonders Duel did to Seven Wonders. Isle of Cats Duel can do to Isle of Cats. You're still going to love the original, but this just makes this so much faster to the table. You're still satisfied, and you still get to have all the same fun, but in a so much faster setup and play.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye. You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.